Welcome back to the Jthrill Plays, in our latest episode of What Remains of Edith Finch. An old lady, an eccentric old lady, who governed a house full of people that always died, except for me. I'm a 17-year-old girl with a little belly bump, because I'm preggers. And we're going further into this Wes Anderson-esque story. Open.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Oh, it smells like weed in here. That's what she means. Lewis is, yes. Shit, am I wrong? Walter was a brother to Kay. Kay is our mom. Sam was a brother. Gus, I forget how. Oh yeah, he died in a hurricane. Rocked him like a hurricane. No, Dawn. I'm sorry. Is Edith, the girl I'm playing, her mother, and so now it looks like we are learning about Lewis, who would have been my Edith's brother. And he smoked the weed. And he played Nintendo 64. Or a
Lewis
simulation
and I
thereof.
spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Graduated high school. Good for him. Was he still in high school when he died?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Ugh.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself.
Am I ever gonna get that
Sessions,
bottom
I saw
fish?
the
There we
same
go.
behavior.
I don't want it to rot.
His mind began to wander.
Oh, there's my wandering mind. Let's see if I can do both.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth.
Oh. Fucking get the fish out of the. Come on! Try to daydream. There.
He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And
Oh.
toads.
Giant toads.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
What he found?
I
He was
worried,
playing Diablo in his mind?
daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss.
Yeah, what does
Said
boss
Lewis
say?
had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Am I gonna lose my hand in this fucking
Like a
machine?
whole new Lewis.
I bet you I am.
So I let him go on.
Okay. Oh.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Dog. What up, dog?
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Tokyo. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Whoa. Sorry, I was seeing if I could do more
Then
than
he
just...
made musicians.
What's in here? Nothing. Hey! Hey, oh! Hey!
And started
Oh!
to play.
Hey!
He talked about starting a band. And he
She
was
must be
always humming
smoking some
some.
good weed. Some of that good.
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him
What did?
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Yeah?
were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Probably did a lot of creepy perverted shit before he did all this fanciful cute stuff.
He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
You got on a
It
boat?
became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Let's conquer the city.
You
It's
look
my city now.
St. Louis.
Huh.
He started drifting away from our reality.
To whose reality?
Minneapolis.
Ah,
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
really?
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
She gonna get her standing there.
In Lewisburg,
this is how he
he
lost
heard
his mind?
rumors of a
Handsome queen.
handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
But watch out. We get through there.
He followed the sound of her
Her electric guitar, she was a badass, and this is a stoner's dream.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east
I
of the
can't get
sun
to
and
left.
west of the moon.
Let me up in here.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
Wait, inside or outside the dream? Is that my
He
queen?
knew the world was all in his imagination.
Come on. No, I
So
came all this
proud of
way.
having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
A god. I like
For
this.
someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
But he was like the best fish head
And then
chopper
it struck
offer.
him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
To be with his queen. His handsome ass queen.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Does blood get everywhere in this kind of place? It's gross. God, I bet this place stinks. This is my locker. Which one of these is my locker? Oh, that's my locker with the weed. My switch, sort of. I can't do anything.
He began to forget the world we know.
Are they just putting dead fish in with the live fish?
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Did he kill himself?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
I hate you, Finch. So where was the mom standing? Oh. Just trail him off here. So what did he do? What am I about to do? Come on. Am I supposed to go somewhere? I only got one button to use and I used it on him. What about this guillotine? What am I supposed to...
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
What happened? What happened? Something sad and beautiful? Oh, cool.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
Look at all my faceless companions. They're here to see me. They love me. I made you. I made you all up in my head. You're my head babies.
Including the wise Calico who insisted on advising him.
I don't remember him. Is that my handsome queen? Hey! Little kitty cat Molly.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
She got my headpiece.
There was only one thing left to do.
Snatch up my dome piece. Get. Oh, man. Woman, why you do this to me? I helped you fight them serpents.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Ruth just hit us with the truth.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Is that everybody? Except Edie down at the bottom left there? And Dawn isn't drawn in. So Edie and Dawn. Edith Finch and Dawn. Let's go. Let's go do this thing.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be something other than just a Finch.
That's right. The father was from India.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Why? Not Edie's fault.
I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Why was she mad at Edie? Edith.
I wish we'd stayed.
You just wound up dead.
But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Why? She wrote a book. Sanjay died?
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
I'm scared.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay. I'm ready to hear your story. Is this your room?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Sweet old lady.
Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
She wanted everyone to leave. So the grandma, or Edith, was great-grandma, is supposed to go with them. Where's my present?
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Knock over all these books. Oh yeah, the library that has all the...
The thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story.
That's not... How can that be
Beth,
true?
If Edith and I leave tonight,
So Great Grandma wasn't supposed to go?
we'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
I don't want to say anything. I'm too wrapped up in
It
this.
smelled awful.
I bet.
You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Uh-oh.
I got turned around.
I say it's foggy.
I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Follow the words.
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
I got old lady hands now.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Give me my book.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go!
Let go.
I kicked and screamed, but
Mom,
Mom dragged
you're
me
a
to
dick.
the car.
Is this what we came back for? To find the rest of that story?
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
Sorry, I gotta eat me a
We
peanut.
both tried to make the best of it.
Because I'm sad. Oh, I can do my hand.
A few years went by.
I got knocked up.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Jesus, kid, I am sorry. She
She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate
woke.
how strange and brief all of this is.
I'm about to birth this baby right now.
This
that
journal
my
was
life right
supposed to
now?
be for you.
If she dies in childbirth,
Now I hope you'll never see it.
I'm gone. You know what I mean?
I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Come on.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Is that her son? I like this. As long as it's interesting looking, I'm gonna let the credits play out. Thank you for them 100-point achievements. It makes it all worthwhile. Oi, independent gaming. It always gets me in the feels. It was cool. It wasn't like an exploration of like what is death. It was just saying that we die. Every one of us gonna. For a lot of reasons. Each life and death unique. Thanks, Johan. Thanks for them 100 points. There's my friend Bigfoot. The story of Barbara. Like that awful little demon child. The one on the left that grew up to be a despot. kitty cat mouth. I never saw Erica Pinto again once she dove under those balls. Megan, get off my lawn, Ellison. I remember her. Youngest doctor in the world, with his rapidly aging child towering above him. Jordan Marks grew up to be the stunt double for that little girl in the Poltergeist. It's a really tall shelf. Did they work on this game for 5 years? The end, y'all. Oh. It's like Edith played from the beginning. Anyway. That's the end of what remains of Edith Finch. This is all that remains of Edith Finch. Thank you for watching. I'm sad now. I gotta get to the rest of my day. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. And I'll see you all on down that road in the next episode. And try to be careful. There's a number of things out there waiting to kill you. Bye.